Football, one of my favorite sports to watch on TV. There's a lot of offense and a lot of defense. Now, defense might be great on the football field, but it is horrible when it's implemented in relationships. Let me share why. Now, oftentimes during a conflict, we begin to hear criticism. And instantly when we hear criticism during a conflict, we go straight into protecting ourselves or preparing for a rebuttal. Now, oftentimes it's said that it's a natural instinct for us to protect ourselves in those moments. But there's a lot of things that we have to be aware of so that we can be present with our partner and make sure that they are heard. Now, let me give this small scenario as an example of what a couple may experience at home. Wife comes home from picking up the kids and says, "Good grief, it was horrible out there with the traffic today." Husband comes in and says, I told you I could have picked the kids up. That wouldn't have been a problem. Wife says, picking up the kids wasn't a problem. It was just horrible sitting in traffic. And it just seemed like it was just slowly moving. Husband jumps back in and says, "Why do you keep complaining about getting the kids when I say I can go and pick them up?" Wife looks at the husband in a confused manner and said, "I said picking up the kids was not a problem. It was just a stressful moment that I had, and I just wanted to share." Husband jumps in and says, "Don't complain. I'm asking you, or I'm letting you know that I'm willing to help," and you keep turning it down. Wife says, "You know what? Picking up the kids was fine today. Erase everything that I said. Don't even bother," and walks away. Now, a lot of people would look at that situation and say, "Oh man, a lot happened. A lot happened." But that couple begins to spiral when one person feels like they're being blamed or criticized, and they instantly begin to go in with the rebuttal instead of really being able to listen and be present with their partner. And that's a common theme. And there's one thing that we know as marriage counselors, and that is we cannot stop those miscommunications. Matter of fact, the research tells us that there is a 75% probability that you and your partner will be miscommunicating. The overall objective is, how can we learn to be there for each other in those moments? And I have 3 different things to really be mindful of to make sure that you are effectively listening to your partner. Number 1, when it comes to listening to your partner and you start to feel some type of way internally, like you're being criticized or blamed, the first thing that you must be able to do is calm your body in the moment. That may require a brief time out from the conflict, walk away, get the body to calm and come back to it and finish the conversation. Or in that moment, you can just tell yourself, "Hey, calm down. You're okay." And then try your best to go in and be present with your partner in that moment. Number 2, if you feel like your partner is criticizing or blaming you, you can easily ask your partner, "Hey, could you please rephrase that? It just sounded like I was being criticized or attacked." Or you can just easily say, "Hey, that one kind of hurt a little bit. Do you mind saying that a little bit differently?" If you can try to get your partner to say something in a way that does not trigger those feelings inside and cause your body to start to just tense up. You might be able to hang in there with your partner and become a better listener in that moment. The last thing I want to leave you with, if you really start to feel yourself wanting to defend yourself, tell yourself in that moment, do not take your partner's feelings personally. If you can tell yourself, these are my partner's truths, and try to get your body to calm a little bit more, it helps you to just stay grounded in that moment and make sure that you do not move into a defense attack cycle. And remember, defense is great when you're playing it on the football field, but in the relationship, we have to learn to win with our partners.